Hello, welcome to another Tonalist landscape oil painting demonstration with your painter in residence, M. Francis McCarthy, and welcome to day 24 of the Past Masters series. The painting I'm doing a study after today was by John Francis Murphy. Don't know the actual title, so I'm just calling it Landscape. And I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out, actually. I think I got that Murphy feeling across pretty well. And I actually remember doing this painting. It was maybe 6-7 months ago. I don't know. Anyway, I'm into doing past masters now, as if you're following the channel, you would know. And working on doing some finishes. So I did a couple today, actually. Did a finish on a Charles Appel painting. And these are all going to be bigger, by the way, than these 5x7s. So I'm looking at that box with the, oh my goodness, another 30-something in there. Wondering if I might take a break. So, because I'm starting to feel a hankering to get back into doing some of my own things. But we'll see. We'll see. It is actually fall slash, well, just fall. Not quite winter yet, but a good time to do something different than my usual. And we'll have to see what happens. But today, I did a little bit of video taping on the Autumn in Montclair piece. I showed an example of the liquining that I normally do, which has never been put on video before, and also brush cleaning, believe it or not. And I might even put up that brush cleaning as a little video of its own. I don't think I'll put the liquining on because, like I say in the liquining video, I'm not sure it's actually best practices. It's a practice that works for me and that I will continue to do, but I'm not necessarily advising others to do it. So I did a bit of that. Wanted to get that coat of liquid on today because I want it to be dry a Monday. I won't be in there tomorrow, which is Sunday. And I want to get the painting done. So the filming done and start processing, and it's going to be so long. I think it would be a 5 or 6 hour video, so I may cut it into part 1, 2, and 3 or something. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, but because it's going to be real time. Usually I actually do my archiving at double speed, so if I'm doing single speed, that just takes twice as much hard drive space. And I don't believe there's that many people that interested. As a matter of fact, YouTube has a slowdown function, which on these past masters, I think all of them have been done at the high res settings. So I do my own stuff at the 720 setting, but I may amend that at some point in the future as well. It takes a while to upload, but it is nicer quality. And if you're doing the slowdown feature, it's good enough to show. I'm putting down paint, frankly, this is going to be like 10-11 minutes, and that's pretty good. I would get bored with much longer, but we'll see how it goes. I have noticed that a lot of people have been watching the brush strokes video, and that's a half hour at regular speed. So, but then again, people might just have some curiosity and may or may not be actually watching the whole video length. It's hard to say because they will give you a time for how long people are watching the video, but it's an average. So some people might be tuning in for a second and then leaving, while the bulk of my subscribers could be hanging out for the full half hour. I really don't know. So, but I do know that the full length Autumn in Montclair is going to be going up. That'll be the first. That'll be the first pass, but maybe it won't. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I might not make it the first past masters. So Also, I have done film video of the whole process of the 7x10 of the same scene. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. It's kind of been made redundant, although that painting looks really nice as well. And I've done a good job, if I don't say so myself, because when I walk in the studio, I go, ooh, look at that Ines. But, I mean, making a copy after someone else's painting is a heck of a lot easier than coming up with your own. And we all know that. And if you don't know that, do some studies and then do some paintings where you're coming up with your own, and you'll find out in short order that, like what I'm doing here, I'm just doing a pretty faithful job of placing colors and strokes in the same approximate areas proportionally as John Francis Murphy did. And it's still a very valuable exercise for me, because it's getting me to do things and think about things in ways that are out of my comfort zone, not normally what I would do. Not too far out of my comfort zone, given that I'm working in a tonalist style and I'm making a study after a tonalist painting. But I am a specialist, and I do choose to specialize in painting in a tonalist manner. I'm not one of these painters that wants to go after still life one day and a life study the next of a person or a portrait. Or I do landscapes, and no, I hope we moved it back, thank goodness. When you see that happen, it's because either myself or someone else in my studio has kicked the tripod. Looks like I caught it there, so it was probably me. I've lost a few that way, and it always sucks. So, I was talking a bit in the last video about perfectionism, and it's something I've been thinking about a bit, because I've been collaborating with people on music, and I think a lot of my perfectionist tendencies really come into focus when I'm working with others. I don't do that on paintings. I haven't collaborated on very many paintings with other people, so I really only have to answer with myself and reckon with myself. But one thing I have noticed is that I let things go at a level where I feel that things aren't even remotely close to perfect. But we're talking about music here, and but that's still a lot more perfect than most people are working towards. They are comfortable just putting stuff out and not putting a polish on it, or not having things structured quite right, or whatever. And they can still be quite good. I'm not actually saying that striving for perfection will necessarily give you better work. In fact, I try to be very fair-minded and be open to other people's ways of working. And I'm forced to do that if I'm collaborating. But I know my tendency is always to make things as perfect as I can get them. And that definitely goes for paintings, and it goes for the music as well. That said, I never define myself as a perfectionist, because I'm always letting things go. There's a lot that I can see in this study I've done that could have been done a little better, but I let it go, because if you're going to function in the real world, perfection is not really part of the equation. It's just something to strive for. It's something to be aware of. And anyway, enough on perfection. And I just kind of want to finish those ideas, because, like I say, I am just this last week, since the last video, I've been forced in a couple different occasions to deal with somebody that just basically wants to express themselves and have fun, and doesn't care too much about certain details. And that's what they do is still very nice. So whatever. Yeah. You're looking at my work, though, I'm always going for the gold. I'm always going for the very best that can be done. And especially so in the painting, because that is my profession, and that is what I do every day. Whereas music is a hobby. So there you go. Anyway, I see we're getting kind of close to the end. This is day 24, but we have a day 25, and there will be a day 26. So 2 more weeks, and then boom, 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 we'll be into the next series. And like I said, I'm not sure if I'll start that off with this one I've been doing live in real time, but we'll see. Either way, it will be in the can next week. New subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Old subscribers, you guys rock. You're great. Thank you for sticking around. And my website, you see it coming across the screen. You can go there, look at stuff if you like. Either way, I'll be back real soon with another video. Meanwhile, please take good care. Stay out of trouble.